Shalom Yasharala. We want to start out by saying Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
We want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. A salutation, honor, and greetings to you, sincere occupants of this truth across the four winds. All right? We're going to do this sit down about striving for perfection. Because our great king told us to be perfect. All right? But when he said be perfect, you better be perfect with this doctrine when you're pushing out to the four winds.
Right.
We all know that the creation is subject to vanity, but you still are renewing your mind so you could be immortal. So you got to strive for perfection, and the scriptures tell you what to do so you don't fall, man.
That's right.
All right? So let's start with that passage, bro.
I got you. Matthew 5:48. Be ye perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is.
Our great king would have told us to be perfect if you couldn't be perfect, all right? When you walk in spirit and don't give occasion to the flesh, you are most definitely perfect, man. Give me Romans 8:1, all right? You are perfect. When you're walking in spirit and you're doing as our great king, Yahweh Shem Shah commanded us, you're a perfect man, man. The Most High called Job perfect in his ways, man. He wasn't without sin, but he was a righteous man. He was striving for perfection. Bring it out, bro.
Romans 8:1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah.
There's no condemnation for those that are in Yahweh Shah, man. Those that walk according to this word, man, you're perfect in the sight of Yahweh. Because guess what? Yahweh Shai has to sanctify you for you to be able to go to Yahweh. You can't go through the Father unless you go through the Son. And the Father can't look at filth. The Father can't look at sin. Our righteousness is filthy rags.
Sure.
So Yahweh Shai purifies us. He cleanses us. Give me Psalms 119 verse 9. All right? And that's why we're in this hell, because guess what? John the Baptist say it was the one that to come, his shoelaces wasn't even worth him to tie, and he wasn't going to baptize us with water. He was going to baptize us with fire. Fire is a cleaning purification agent. And this word is likened to fire and water. And what does it do? It cleanses you of this filth, this spiritual gunk. If you could look at people, and it's like if you could look at Beyonce and Jay-Z and Denzel Washington with spiritual binoculars, man, they look like dead men bones, man. They look like foul spirits,
That's
man.
right.
Okay, bring it out, bro.
Psalms 119:9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
By taking clean to, that's what's going to cleanse you. That's what's going to purify you. That's what makes you perfect, man. You got to dive in this word and learn sound doctrine. And the only way you're going to learn sound doctrine, you got to humble yourself and be apt to teach.
That's right.
You know? Give me 2 Peter. Oh, you got one? Yeah, bring it out.
It says in Romans 8:1, it says, who walk not after the flesh.
When you walk up after the flesh, you're carnal. All right? You're walking on the so-called white man's vibration. You're walking on the Edomite philosophy, because he's carnal. He's fleshly.
That's right.
See, what he can see, taste, hear. You know what I'm saying? The spirit realm is in the unseen, man.
That's right.
Things happen in the spirit realm before it happens in the physical. That's why we prophesy. See what I'm saying? Bring it out, bro.
It says, but not after the spirit.
All right.
But after the spirit's a lot,
The
yes.
spirit is the word of Yahweh Shema Shai. And the word of Yahweh Shema Shai is from Genesis to Revelation. Okay? Bring it out, bro.
It said, for the law of the spirit of life in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah had made me free from the law of sin and death.
I mean, he's perfect.
That's right. That's what make it perfect.
He's perfect.
That's right.
You know what? Before you go, give me Hebrews 2:10.
All right.
That touch on it too. He's perfect, man. The Most High is looking for perfect men, man.
That's right.
That's what he's looking for. That elect men are going to be made perfect. When Hebrews 31, Hebrews 8:8, Jeremiah 31:31, take hold of these men, man, we're going to be perfect.
Right.
Like Yahweh Shah, man. Perfect. Yahushua was a lamb without blemish, man.
That's right.
Bring it out, bro.
It says Hebrews 2:10.
Yeah.
For it became him from whom are all things,
Come on.
and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory,
Come on.
to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering.
Through surfing. You see, when you get put in this hell, man, you're made perfect. The Most High put in this flame to make us perfect, to purify us, to cleanse us, man. Bring it out.
It says, for both he that sacrifices and
Sanctifies.
Salakia, for both he that sanctifies.
All right. Yahushua is sanctifying us. When you look up that word sanctify, it means to be submerged in water, man. You know what? You got your blue letter out?
Yeah, I got my blue letter.
Pull up sanctify.
I got you.
To be submerged, man.
And
You got to be submerged in this word, man. This is what cleanses you. The law cleanses you. It tell you how not to eat, what to eat, what not to touch, what you can touch.
Yep.
How to do things and how not to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you keep those holy commandments that y'all about Shema Shai gave us, you live for a full day, man. You live for a full day. When those sons of God start falling and taking in those other wives during the time of the sons of God, guess what happened? When they start transgression, they start living from 700, 800, 900 years down to, 120?
That's right.
Because they start living like carnal beings, fleshly beings.
I got that.
Bring it out,
for you.
bro.
All right, this in the Greek.
Yeah.
Strong's G37.
Hagiasa.
Hagiazo.
Okay.
And the word in the outline of biblical usage is to render or acknowledge, or to be vulnerable or hollow,
Come on, to be hollow, to be holy.
to separate from profane things and dedicated to Yahweh.
And that's what makes us perfect. Yahushua is the word. When you get sanctified in Yahushua, guess what he does? He separates you from the world. The world is what defiles you. All right? Bring it out, bro.
Consecrate things to Yahweh.
Consecrate things to Yahweh. Come on.
Dedicate people to Yahweh.
Build up the kingdom of heaven. This is what sanctifies you. This is telling what you got to do to be made perfect. Bring it out, bro.
To purify.
To purify. To purify. How do you get purified? What the law told us to do when we got blood or something on us. To submerge yourself in water. Be clean to evening. You be unclean to the evening. You got to purify yourself. You got to submerge yourself in this word, man. Bring it out.
To cleanse externally.
Come on.
To purify by expiration, free from the guilt of sin.
That's where Yahushua came from. That's basically just showing you the way, bro. Cleansing you of all this vile, abominable shit we've been living in for the past eons. Bring it out.
To purify internally by by renewing of the soul.
Romans 12:2. Renew your mind through the reading of the word. Man.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Bring it out, bro. You got some more?
Yeah, they got one. They say, for both he that is sanctified.
He that sanctified, Yahushua is perfect. All power of heaven and earth has been given to him. Matthew the 28th chapter. He's perfect. Bring it out.
And they who are sanctified.
Who did he come from? The lost sheep of the house of Israel, the elect of them. So he's coming to sanctify them. Bring it out.
Are all one.
There's no condemnation for those that are in Yahushua. If you're in this word and you living according to this word, you're a perfect man, man.
Yep, and that cuts that Trinity doctrine. You know what I mean? Because it basically lets you know, man, that even though we are not all the same person, we are all one of Yahushua Mashiach, man.
That's right.
You know?
And he makes us perfect, man.
That's right.
You know, that's all I wanted on that.
All right,
Give me a
precept.
yeah, bring out your precept.
It says Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yahweh, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Yahushua Mashiach.
All right. The law came by Moses, and grace and mercy came through Yahushua. See what I'm saying? And we're justified through Yahweh Shah for what he did on Calvary. Bring it out, bro.
It says, whom Yahweh had set forth to be a propitiation through the faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past through the forbearance of Yahweh.
There's no remission of sins without the shedding of blood.
That's right.
And when you go shed blood, it got to be a lamb without blemish, a bullock without blemish. Yahweh Shah was untainted from this world. He never transgressed.
Sure.
He was perfect. And he was the ultimate sacrifice, man. Sacrificial lamb.
I was just on that.
That's how we are made perfect. Give me on 2 Peter 1 and 5. That was a nice precept, bro.
2 Peter 1 and 5. It says, and besides this, giving all diligence.
Give all diligence. This Peter through the Spirit telling you how to be perfect.
It said, add to your faith virtue.
You're right. First, you gotta be faith. You gotta have faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please Yahweh by Shem Shah. And faith without works is dead. You show your faith by your works. You hear this word, you get built up. What does this word make you want to do? Act on that faith. You go out there and teach.
Right.
Bring it out, bro.
It says, and to virtue knowledge.
To virtue knowledge, man. You gotta understand these scriptures, man. Just don't be vain, jangle, and winging it, as the elders say.
Right.
Bring it out, bro.
It says, and to knowledge temperance.
Temperaments. You gotta have self-control, man. Concentrated fire, man. That's what this fire do. This is what this fire do. This is a purification process. Bring it out, bro.
And to temperance, patience.
Patience.
And to
Okay. You go.
and to patience, godliness.
Godliness.
That's right.
What is godliness? Just being holy, keeping the commandments. Bring it out. We got more on there.
Yep. And to godliness, brotherly kindness.
Brotherly kindness. That's what most of the commandments is about.
Yep.
Don't steal from your brother. Don't fuck your brother's wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't move your brother's landmark. The land, for the land laws.
Mm-hmm.
Don't move the ancient stone.
It just basically lets you know how
to treat your neighbor.
how to continue nationhood, man.
Mm-hmm.
How to carry it on without making things awkward or fucked up. You know.
That's right.
Like, let's hold it down. Basically, holding it down as a unit, man. A strong
He
unit.
even tell you when you have controversy with your brother how to handle it.
Yep.
Bring it out, bro.
It says, brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness, charity.
Charity.
That's right.
Come on, got more on that.
For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
And make you perfect. Bring it out.
But he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sins.
You're going to fall in the ditch. You're going to fall in the ditch. If you was purged from your old sins and you go back to your environment, it's impossible.
That's right.
The book of Hebrews says it's impossible to be brought back to Yahweh Shah, man. Bring it out, bro.
It said, wherefore, be rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Sure. Got a little bit more.
Go, all right. For if ye do
these things,
things, ye shall never fail.
you'll never fall. That means you're perfect, man.
Fall. It's like it.
You're perfect, man.
That's right.
You know? You're perfect. You gotta strive for perfection in this truth, man.
That's right.
You know? Most I ain't dealing with no lone wolves. Most I ain't dealing with no backbiters.
That's right.
I mean, the most I ain't dealing with no stingy niggas. You know, the most I ain't dealing with no motherfucking niggas that's just full of guile, man. He dealing for he's raising a nation of kings,
And
priests,
priests.
and holy men.
That's right.
Men that are set apart, man.
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers in his end time army. So with that, man, we're gonna give infinite honors to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakar Kodash.
That's right.
All right, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, sincere brothers, pushing this truth called the four winds.
That's right.
Shalom, Kwam Yasharah.
Kwame Yasharah.